Hello, everybody. Welcome to Yoga for Self-Love with Kim. I am Kim. This will be a short and gentle practice today. It is the holiday season in New England, so things are getting a little hectic. So I thought you may appreciate or maybe be in need of something to sort of calm you down and soothe you. So this will be a gentle practice. We'll bring in a few exercises to stimulate our vagus nerve and increase our vagal tone. The vagus nerve runs from the brainstem, has branches that innervate the face, come close to the surface of the face, innervate the eyes, the ears, the nose, and then the vagus nerve runs down either side of the neck. There's a branch on each side, and this vagus nerve is huge. So it runs down through the neck, through the throat, down and through the heart and lungs, down through the diaphragm, and down into the abdominal organs. And to greatly oversimplify, the vagus nerve is really the boss of our parasympathetic nervous system or our relaxation response. So by just doing a few simple exercises, we can stimulate the vagus nerve and hopefully bring in some relaxation and calm. So you may want a block or two for this practice. So bring yourself into a comfortable seat to begin. We'll move through a few of these exercises and then we'll move into some gentle movement. So we'll take it nice and easy. So if you feel like it, sit up on something. I'm sitting up on a block. You can sit up on a block or blanket or bolster. Find a nice upright alignment of your spine. Neutral position for the pelvis, so the pelvis isn't tipping forward too much and you're not rolling out through the lower back. You're finding this nice neutral alignment and upright spine. Head lined up over the rib cage lined up over the pelvis, right down through the sitting bones and the pubic bone. And think of spaciousness up through the spine, spaciousness in between the ribs. And if you like, you can close your eyes for a moment. We will just take a little pause to arrive, to get centered, to let go of where you're coming from, where you're going to next. Allow yourself to just be here with yourself, with your breath and your body. And take a moment to check in and just observe, how are you feeling? What's happening for you today? Give yourself a little time and attention. And call back your energy from everywhere. You've been dispersing it, supporting other people, sending it out into the world. Pull that back for yourself. Give yourself some care. As always, I invite you to be gentle, kind, loving, and compassionate as we move through our practice today. And you can begin to flutter the eyes open. And just move through a few gentle exercises. So you can take your fingers to the center of your forehead. Just gently press them into your forehead and slowly pull the fingers out towards the sides, towards the temples, so you feel just a gentle pressure. It's nothing crazy. And then a few times, bring the fingers back to center of the forehead and gently draw the fingers out, gently sliding them along the forehead. And you can do this a couple times. And then we'll take maybe your index finger, middle finger to the insides of the eyebrows and gently press in there. And then just run the fingers along the eyebrows and out to the temples. Do that a couple times, bringing the fingers back to inside of the eyebrows and then slowly sort of running or massaging the fingers along the eyebrows and out to the temples. A couple more times. And then we'll take the fingers to your cheekbones or right underneath the cheekbones. So can take the fingers right underneath the eyes and then sort of drop them underneath your cheekbones. And you can begin to massage from that spot underneath the eyes, underneath the cheekbones, out towards the ears. Again, gently rubbing You can do that again. Maybe bring the fingers a little bit closer so they're closer to the nose, but right underneath the cheekbone, and then draw the fingers underneath the cheekbones back towards the sides of the head or the ears a couple times. And then we'll take the fingers right underneath the cheekbones, right in front of the ears, and gently draw the fingers. And you could have all fingers here or just the two fingers, index finger, middle finger, and gently pull the fingers down towards the bottom of the jaw. And then move the fingers a little bit further underneath the cheekbone so they're closer towards the center of your face. Pull the fingers down towards the jaw. Again, bring the fingers underneath the cheekbone, this time a little bit closer towards the nose, and pull the fingers down. And you could also just use your knuckles to kind of massage from the cheekbone down towards the jaw. So getting into this masseter muscle, which can get really tight and tense. Just a few more times, gently massaging with the fingers or the knuckles from underneath the cheekbone down towards the jaw. And then take your index fingers, run them in front of the ears, down towards corners of the jaw, and then a few times just drawing fingers down towards the jaw from right in front of the ear. Then we'll take the index finger behind your ear now, bring it up towards the top of the ear, and then slowly slide the fingers down behind your ear, down towards corner of the jaw. Do that one a couple times. And you may begin to feel some saliva building in the mouth, the urge to yawn or sigh. And that would be a signal that you are beginning to stimulate the vagus nerve. And then let's take the hands on each side, just grab a hold of your earlobes, give them a gentle tug, and then pull the earlobes away from the head and towards the nose, gentle tug, and then pull the earlobes away from the head and then backwards towards the back of the head. And then just begin to move your fingers up along the outside of your ears as if you could pull on the ears and sort of unfold the crease along the edge of the ear. Gently work the fingers up towards the top of the ear. Just gently pulling, tugging. And then you can release the hands down and just move through one breathing exercise, which is called Brahmari breath or honeybee or bumblebee breath. So we'll inhale through the nose, and then as you exhale, you'll exhale out through the nose as well, but hum while you do it. So you will hear this hum in the back of the throat. And you can do this at whatever tone you like. It could be a high pitch or a low pitch. So breathing in through the nose, and then hum the breath out. Again, as you inhale, breathe in through your nose. With the exhale, add that hum. Hum the breath out. Couple more times like that. If you'd like, as you are moving through this Brahmari breath, you can begin to add in a gentle rock from side to side, which is also very soothing for the nervous system. So continue with the Brahmari breath. And then you can bring yourself back to center and give yourself a little smile. Yes, I know that seems pretty silly, so feel free to laugh or giggle at yourself. That's all right. Laughter is the best medicine anyways. So you can remove whatever you're sitting on. Now step your feet out in front of you, feet wide, knees pointing up, and you can lean back on the hands behind you. And then we'll just begin to gently rock the knees from side to side. So knees will drop over to right, and bring your knees through center. Knees will drop over to left. And a couple times side to side. You may sort of wiggle yourself around on your mat. That's okay. Then next time you bring knees over to the right. Now have the legs in sort of this stag position. Look over towards that right shin. And then we'll take hands back behind you. Swish the knees over to the left and turn to face that left shin. And then a couple more times. You can just rock yourself side to side. And then next time you bring yourself over to the right, you can either stay with the legs in the stag formation, or you can begin to wiggle your left leg down the mat, bringing yourself into a little pigeon pose. Gently adjusting yourself. You can keep the back toes curled under, or you can uncurl the toes if you like. Come onto the top of the foot. And face towards that front shin. And then let's bring that back leg back into the stag formation. Flip the legs over to the other side, and then either stay in the stag formation or begin to walk this right foot back a little bit. Come on to toes or ball of that right foot, or you can come on to the top of the foot. We're facing that left shin now, finding our little pigeon pose. And then bring yourself back, so right leg will come back into that stag formation, and you bring the legs back in towards center. Now let's cross the shins. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. Let's roll the torso around in some circles, as big or small as you like. And then switch the direction of your circles. And bring yourself back to center. Let's inhale, shoulders up to ears. Exhale, relax your shoulders down. And then take yourself over onto hands and knees. Bring ourselves into our table position. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. You can give yourself a little wiggle from side to side, or a little sneaky movement with the spine. And then bring yourself to center. We will come back to our Brahmari breath here as we move through cat-cow. So inhale as you soften the belly, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Now as you exhale, begin to hum the breath out as you round the back up. Pull your bum back to your heels, coming through child's pose. Then with the inhalation, you soften elbows, draw yourself forward, lift heart. With exhalation, again, rounding through the back, finding your cat, and pulling hips back to heels for child's pose, and humming your way back. Few more rounds here. Inhaling through the nose, you come forward, find your cow. Exhale and hum out as you bring it back. Into your neutral spine. We'll find our table. Extend the right leg back behind you. Bend the right knee, draw that knee underneath your body. Squeeze that knee up towards nose, chest, forehead, and then step or carry that right foot up towards the top of the mat. Press down into your feet. You can take hands to that front thigh. Lengthen the crown of the head up towards the ceiling, finding a low lunge here. Maybe allowing the hips to drop down a little bit. And then we'll take both hands inside the front foot. Either keeping that right foot planted down on the mat, or you could begin to roll to pinky toe side of that right foot. That right knee will move out towards the right a little bit. And then gently rock yourself a little bit from side to side. So we're in our lizard pose here. And gently opening through the hips. And then bring yourself back to center. If you're on the edge of that right foot, you can plant the foot back down. Take the right hand back over to the right side of that foot. Walk yourself up, hands to that front thigh. Find that low lunge and reach the arms up. And then we'll take the hands down to the mat. Step that right foot back. Let's extend the left leg back. Bend the knee, draw it underneath your body, round yourself up, squeeze nose towards forehead or chest, and then step or grab and carry that left foot through top of the mat. Hands to that front thigh, lift up the heart, finding our low lunge. And now hands inside the left foot. You could use blocks here too if the hands don't reach so easily. To keep yourself up a little bit higher, that's totally fine. And then either keep that left foot planted down on the mat or begin to roll over onto pinky toe side of that left foot. And then find a little rock here from side to side. And then plant that left foot back down. Left hand comes back over to the left side of that foot. Bring yourself back up, hands to that front thigh, crown of the head reaching up. Maybe the hips drop down a little bit. Reach arms up. And then hands come down to the mat. Step yourself back. And then come back to sit on the heels for a moment. Grab a block. Have that handy. And then we'll extend right leg back again. So coming back through table, right leg reaches back. Bend the right knee, round and through the back. Step that right foot forward. Start with the hands on that front thigh, lifting up for our low lunge, and then reach arms up. And let's take the block to outside of that right foot or right hip. Right hand presses down into that block. Left arm reaches up along the ear, fold it over to the right. And then bring yourself back up. Take hands inside that right foot, coming back through our lizard, keeping that right foot planted down on the mat or rolling onto pinky toe side of the foot. Again, you can give the hips a little rock side to side. And then plant that right foot down. Right hand comes back over to right side of the foot. Lift yourself back up into your low lunge. And then take hands down to the mat. Step yourself back. Coming back through our table, send left leg back. Bend that knee, draw it up towards nose, chest, forehead. Step that foot up top of the mat. Hands to that front thigh. Let's lift it up. Find that low lunge. Arms reach up. And then block over to the left side. You can take the left hand to that block. Right arm reaches up along the ear. And then gently fold yourself over to the left. And then bring yourself back up. Let's take hands inside that left foot now. If you like rolling onto pinky toe side of foot, little rock side to side. And then left foot plants down, left hand comes back to that left side of the foot. Lift yourself back up. Let's reach the arms back up, finding our low lunge. Hands come down to the mat and step yourself back into your table. Let's tuck toes under, press into hands, glide hips up and back into a downward dog, starting with the knees bent. And then pedal out the legs, walk it out. Roll up onto balls of feet and then press heels towards mat a couple times. And then bend your knees, crouch yourself down and glide your hips up. Bend the knees, crouch down. This time as you send the hips up, send right leg up. Three-legged dog. Now let's bend that right knee, point it up towards the ceiling, opening through that right hip. And then re-extend that right leg. Release that foot down to the mat. Bend the knees, crouch yourself down, send left leg up, and bend that left knee, pointing up towards ceiling, opening through that hip, pressing down through the fingers, and then re-extend that left leg up, release that foot down. Drop knees down to the mat. Let's take knees wide. Send your bum back to your heels, child's pose. And then slowly walk yourself back up. Let's bring these together. Find a comfortable seat. Let's bring one hand to heart, one hand to belly. Let's move through one more round of our Brahmari breath. Inhaling through the nose and humming out. Take hands to opposite arms and just begin to give yourself a little rub. Rubbing the hands up and down the arms. And then give yourself a little hug. Open the arms wide, cross the arms over the chest, this time other arm on top. Give yourself another hug. Thank yourself for carving out just a little bit of time for yourself. A little bit of time for you to be present and attentive to you, to your body, your breath, your spirit. Release your hands. Bring palms together, rub the hands, build a little bit of heat. Take hands to your cheeks as if you were holding the face of your beloved. And then slowly slide hands down the cheeks to rest on your heart, one hand on top of each other. We'll come back to our intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, and compassionate with ourselves. Thank you so much for sharing this practice with me. With love and gratitude, Namaste.